What's up, YouTube? I'm back again with another video. It's been a long time, and this is not an official vlog. This is just me talking to y'all as a headshot because I wanted to kind of address something that I've been putting down for a while, and it's been sitting on my heart for a minute. And I've been hesitant to kind of post this video. I've been hesitant to make this video overall because I was scared that it might come off the wrong way, or I might not be able to articulate my words properly as far as what I wanted to say. I didn't want to bleed on the people with bitterness or anything like that, because I wanted to be able to say what I need to say the right way. So let's get into it.
Charges to the game. I love my life and Jesus Christ trying to make a change. I wrote the vision.
I think the biggest lesson I've learned as of recent time is to let go, period. And you might be asking, like, what do you mean let go? Like, I've learned to let go the bitterness and the resentment and the unforgiveness that I've had in my heart for people and for things that have happened. I've experienced a lot of hardship this year, and I've learned that the lesson was the blessing that I wanted to receive, as far as learning to let go of what was happening, let go of the rage, let go of the bitterness, let go of past afflictions that have changed the trajectory of my growth pattern. It was hard. I didn't do it perfectly. I retaliated in a lot of situations. I did a lot of selfish behavior overall throughout the year, and it was hard for me to have fellowship with certain people. It was hard for me to show love to certain people because of that. It was hard for me to forgive certain groups of people because of that. And so unforgiveness, those things that I didn't want to let go, bred catastrophe in my heart and in my actions because of the fact that I didn't know how to give it out or just to let it be what it was. So it weighed on me greatly for days at a time, weeks at a time, even months at a time. And I was so hurt by the things that I was going through and the things I experienced that I let it overtake my physical body, because the things that I was manifesting in my mental and spiritual was now a greater problem in the physical, as far as I'm having panic attacks, I'm going to the hospital, my blood pressure high, things that are not the normal for me. And for the last 2 years of my life, I would say maybe 3, I've had a lot of great pain and be invested into me, and a lot of pain that I've dished out on my own. I was selfish in a lot of decisions that I made. I was futile or ignorant in my way of thinking for a long time. I was selfish. That's as much as I can chop it up to be. I was selfish because I felt prideful in a lot of areas, and I felt prideful in the fact that I thought I knew what I was doing as far as handling these situations and having the right heart and position to deal with them. I've hurt some people that I love so dearly and cherish to this day because I understand my own mistake. And there are some that have hurt me that ain't sorry to this day, have not walked back their decision making, and I had to let that be what it is. And the biggest strength that I've gained over the year was restraint, because it was so many times, and I laugh about it now because I know what I really could be at. There's so many times where I had the means to retaliate greatly and inflict pain and violence to certain people, to a point where it could have cost me greatly my life, as far as living freely and living normally even after those facts, because I had the upper hand every time. I had the greater position every time. I always stayed in an advantageous position when it came to any of these situations, but I never let the amount of anger that I have had in my heart produce great infliction on those people. The pain was consuming me so much, and the anger was consuming me so much, to a point where, and it's sad to say even now, a few months ago, I really don't want to talk about it, but I have to. I had a gun to my head because it was weighing on me and it was costing me so much. And the loneliness and the grief and the understanding of where my life was at the time, I literally was asking God to take me out this world. like I didn't want to be here no more. Because the things that people were saying to me was making me feel like, well, maybe I don't deserve to be here no more. The painful statements that I've endured, the things that were said to me at a point in time, even to those that I didn't even try to inflict the issue to, or I tried to resolve the issue to, was saying things to me that made me feel like my life should be over if I have caused that much of an issue, or if I can never get back what I deserve. God promised me at a time when I was so low to redeem all the years that have been lost, all the time that's been lost. Because I felt so low and abandoned. I have been abandoned, but not by God, by the people. People's opinions change every day. I've made a lot of bad decisions myself. I'm not going to sit there and just put it off on those people or those groups of people that have caused this issue. Two, I did a lot of wrong, and I faced that wholeheartedly as a man, that I made my own bad decisions. In my vlogs and in my next album, I will address all of this wholeheartedly in time. But the things that were said to me hurt me so dearly and greatly, to a point where I really felt like my life should have been over with. And I didn't want to be here no more. Because I felt like I didn't deserve the life that I lived anyway for all the stuff that I already did. I've been left, I've been hurt. I've been hurt for real. Like, for sure. Like, it's traumatizing. And I've learned to grow from that. I've been reading books, I've been listening to stuff, I've looking to God through the Bible, literally my physical Bible, to find answers to me. Because God is always going to be the one to be able to give me the truth in which to be able to help me grow exponentially. Because God's truth will make you multiply and grow, not just add. You know what I'm saying? God is a God of multiplication, not just addition. He helped me grow exponentially over the last few months, the last 6 months, if anything. And sitting in isolation, there's been a heavy load in this isolation period, because even though I've been around people, even though I've sat with people, even though I've described my issues with people, even though I've addressed the people I've had the issues with, nobody will ever understand. And some people can't understand your position until they're in it. Some people won't ever understand the situations I was in, the struggle in which I was in. Some people will never understand the depth of life that I understand myself, like as far as my character, my mistakes, my understandings of who I am as a person, where I am in time, what I've done wrong, how much I really do beat up on myself in private about my own decisions, the thoughts that race through my mind, the journal entries that I've made about these things. My journal almost filled up to the max because I've wrote about all these things that I think about in my heart and in my mind, and addressing even myself, because I have a lot of self-awareness that I believe and other people have announced to me as well. Self-awareness is a great thing that God has given me, along with a restraint and self-control and all of these things. I've felt a great amount of anxiety because of the experiences I've experienced, as far as people not caring about their position in my life or how they've treated me. I've had a great amount of anxiety as far as the outcome of things. I've had a great amount of anxiety as far as becoming a better person overall, and wrestling in my mind as far as trying to grow from where I was to exponentially getting to where I know God has called me to be, and wanting to be that like by tomorrow. I had to learn that every day is a step-by-step process. It's all about growth. It's all about walking with God and not running. It's all about baby stepping. God has carried me through this year. He's carried me to a fault. Like, even when I was dead wrong, he still was rolling with me. He kept correcting me, kept putting signs and things in my face to try to get me to come home. And I was so angry because I just didn't want to trust him, because I went through a period in my life, even in a relationship I had in past time, where I'm like, well, you let this happen, and you let all of these other things happen in between, and I kept coming to you asking for help, and nothing was happening. At least that's how I felt. God was still talking, I wasn't listening because I couldn't understand past the pain that I was experiencing, because the pain was so great. It was an everyday process. Demonic activity was working through the people I loved at a time where I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. I can't interpret this in a way that my physical body can understand, because all I see is the person doing the thing. I can't interpret a spiritual problem, even though I was just deep off in the spirit over that summer. It was really a test of my faith, in all honesty, because I was forgiving people that I didn't even talk to for years. I was forgiving people for all type of stuff. And I forgave all of these people, told them, yo, I forgive you, it is what it is. To now I'm having to forgive somebody that I have to see all the time. And I've had to let them go. Not in bitterness, but because I love you, I'm not gonna hold you hostage. It's weighed on me greatly to a point where it started to produce physical sensations of anxiety out of me. And I've had my own sins weigh on me, along with the problems and the things that other people have said against me weigh on me. And it's produced some very heartbreaking situations in my heart and in my life and in my mind, because I felt like I was just so misunderstood, bro. Like, I was losing it. Like, my next album, and I'm gonna put the album cover right here, it's called Losing My Mind, because that's how I felt when I was going through all of that. And I've had friends betray me, say some crazy stuff about me. And I was very earnest with that. I've had people leave my life because they couldn't appreciate who I was, because they was only interpreting what I was doing. I've reacted aggressively because I cared so much. I've reacted violently at certain points because I couldn't comprehend the amount of pain that I was experiencing. So now I have to react this way versus talking about it, because I felt like talking about it wasn't getting me nowhere. And sometimes you don't have to talk to people. Sometimes you gotta just leave people where they at in silence. It's certain things that only God can do. It's not a bitterness thing. It's not a vengeful thing. It's just like, this is above my pay grade when it comes down to it. And if God is willing to touch the hearts of man and change the trajectory of all these things, God created the universe in 6 days. I know what he can do in one. I know what he can do in a moment. The only other part about that is just, I feel like I've wrestled with this over time until recently, like, but what if he don't do it for me? What if he forget about me, but he letting my enemies and those who have come up against me be blessed and live their life? And I've been sitting in the in-between. But I have to realize one thing. You're never forgotten. And I don't know who's feeling this and who needs to hear this. You are not forgotten because of what you've been going through. God is not leaving you by yourself because of the experiences and the pain that's been caused to you. People don't have to give you an apology for God to vindicate you. Psalm 37, I think, is verse 4. Or maybe verse 8, I can't remember. He will vindicate you by noonday. He's coming back. And he's coming back with all of heaven behind him to back you for whatever you're going through. He will exalt you to the highest places because you put him first. And he will crown you with glory because you chose to make that step. And this is me choosing my step to release all of these things that have weighed on my heart deeply into the hands of God, into the hands of someone that can do something I can't. Because me doing it, I'm going to jail. I'm telling you that now. If I do something about it, we sliding by dawn, okay? I'm not playing. For real. I'm that type of person. That's why I think I wrestle with a lot of stuff, because I wrestle with letting stuff go because I know I'm going to take it to the max. And there's no in between or just letting it be what it is. If I don't do something, I feel like I lost. So I have to do something. But I have to get out of that mindset. And I'm unraveling that mindset as of recent time. Because God can do a greater thing in me versus what he can do wrestling with who I'm trying to be, trying to get vengeance for something that's already going to happen anyway. God slowed me down. In a time where I was livid. I was living my life. I'm trying to turn up because I already knew what I was going through. I found somebody that cared about me. I got my car. I'm outside. I remember one day I got drunk so bad because I was feeling so much heartbreak. And I really made some bad decisions that I regret wholeheartedly and can't walk back. So much to a point where I shaved my head bald. And for the rest of the summer, I was never the same. For the last 6 months, I've been working on myself. My reactions, my communication, understanding myself, wanting to be more, understanding my goals and my visions and the things I put off because of the experiences I've had, because of my focus points being in the people versus inward, me. I was the main portion because everybody else is already doing what was best for them anyway. I had to look inward for me. God gave me a moment in recent time where I started having anxiety so much. I was like, Lord, I feel like I'm gonna die. And God kept reaffirming, you're not gonna die, you're not gonna die. He reassured me the future that he had for me every time. When I felt so low, Start getting depressed, reassuring. God was so gentle. Even to this day, the gentlest that I've ever seen him since I've been doing this thing in the last 2 years. So sweet with every word. Not aggressive, not wrestling me. He's talking, he's walking with me, guiding, correcting, reassuring, and growing me at the same time. Because if I were to receive the promises of God that I wanted and that have been confirmed to me, even a month ago, I would have probably spoiled them. It all led to a point that was necessary for me. And I say all this to say, I've learned to let go. The bitterness, the anger, the rage, the people that have wronged me, the people that I've wronged. I've learned that if some people are meant to be in my life, they're just gonna be there. And to those who have exited my life stage left the way that they did, I'm sorry I wasn't enough. But I am enough for myself, and that's just what it is. And that's the healing that I've wanted for a very long time. 2 years of my life has weighed on me. From coming to Christ, to losing it, to losing myself, to regaining, and rebuilding, and restoring. And now going to a place that I've never seen before. I'm going to a place where eyes have not seen, and ears have not heard. To a place where the people will appreciate and not tolerate. To a place where the people will grow with me and talk to me and endure the pain with me, and I will endure with them. To a place where I will be exalted to the highest because of all the souls that will be saved. I'm going to a place that I can't even tell you yet, but it will be great. And you will be along the ride to witness what God is producing in me, because I won't die in the same place they buried me. And I won't die in the same place that I thought I was going to be. And with a smile on my face, I will walk in 2026. Not just faking the funk, just getting by, just struggling, not being appreciated, not having anything that I really need. The oil is in the house. Not having the people that I need. Because God is positioning. What does the Bible say? He giveth his riches and he adds no sorrow to it. God is good. I will walk in the fullness of everything that I am, and not the things that people have said against me. Not the past comments, not the hatred I've experienced, not the stunted growth, not my selfish ambitions, not my evil desires, not my retaliation, not my anything that was negative that is not of God. I will walk in everything that he said I was and is. And I won't be stopped. I will not be stopped by any means necessary. Because I know what I am and I know who I am. And to all of y'all that have made the sides comments, peace be with you. Love and joy. I pray that God reconciles with you and renovates your heart to give you a new one. You will make it back from where you've been. And you will outgrow the things that you've done. And even if we never reconcile ever again, you will be saved by the presence of God. I pray that this video blesses somebody that has ears to listen and understand what I'm saying. I pray that 2026 is a blessing to you. The first trailer to redeem the series, the new series, is coming out soon. I've been working on this series for a minute. I will be addressing everything that I've talked about in this video in full totality and in somewhat detail. I'm not gonna give every single detail, but in some detail. And we're gonna make it back from where we've been. And I'm gonna walk you through baby step, every step of the way, because I have failed. I'm not gonna say I failed. I fumbled slightly in giving y'all the content that y'all deserve, giving y'all a piece of my life. I have slacked off on filming things because I felt like my life was boring, and I felt like my life was, every day was the same, or was problematic at some points, and certain things wasn't meant to be on camera and all these other things. But everything will be addressed fully in the Redeemed series. The first trailer is going to drop at the end of the year. God is good. I can't wait to share that with you. Hopefully this video comes out within this week before Christmas, and you're able to see this. I love you. I appreciate everybody that always supports me and is always with me, walking with me through every video, walking with me through all the vlogs, that has been blessed by the things that I've said, blessed by the things that I've experienced, that I hope that you will never experience, or if you do go through it, that you find some comfort in God and grow from what you've experienced in a good way and not in a bad way. I'm a prayer and a blessing for those who watch this and those who need it. Lord, thank you for these people. I thank you for everybody that watches this video, that everybody that receives this in their hearts and in their minds. Lord, I thank you for the chance to be able to speak and speak earnestly and have the heart and the position that you put me in to be able to not only receive the things that you've given to me, but brush out the wisdom that I need to give to the people that you've instilled and have led me to steward over, even with my mouth and in my voice, because this is your platform and not my own. Lord, thank you just for another chance and another opportunity to keep living and keep doing this thing and give your truth and give the truth in full totality. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May he make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May he lift up his favor upon you and give you his peace for all the days of your life, and that you be blessed earnestly for all the things that you're about to experience. God bless you. I love you. I hope that you have a great, great holiday season, and I hope that we continue to go into the new year together as one. Peace.